So there's three takeaways that we end each of these stories with.
Yeah.
And one of them for Lewis that I alluded to before is that we mere Christians glorify God by embracing our uniquely powerful position to make disciples of Jesus Christ. Right?
Yeah.
So let me explain why C.S. Lewis is a great case study of this. In World War II, the BBC chose Lewis to deliver this series of religious radio broadcasts that were eventually turned into the book Mere Christianity.
Right.
And on paper, it made 0 sense why the BBC would choose a literature professor from Oxford to address the nation on matters of religion. But as Lewis himself explained, the BBC chose him to be the voice of Christianity to the British public precisely because he was not a religious professional, right? He had a past he wasn't proud of. He had a real job that the average person could understand and relate to. And it was because of those things that he was welcomed as a friend by Brits across British lines. Listen to the story real quick.
Okay.
So the first radio talk, it was August something, 1942.
Yeah.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
Lewis comes on the radio in this British pub that's filled with British soldiers who are carrying the weight of the war on their shoulders. And one of the soldiers said that he's watching another soldier ask the bartender for a pint of beer. And the bartender goes and lifts the glass up to hand it to the soldier. But when Lewis's voice came on, his arm stood still in midair for the entire 15-minute broadcast. I swear.
There's another one. How does anybody do that?
How does anybody do that?
Holding with nothing.
And here's the point I make with the story. I'm like, there was something, time stood still in that bar.
Wow.
There was something entrancing, and I believe, and Lewis believed, it was because he was a mere Christian. That those soldiers, they weren't going to listen to a priest. They weren't going to listen to a priest. But in Oxford, Don, who slept with his dead best friend's mom for his 20s. Oh, yeah, I'll lean into that. I can understand that guy. I get that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Right? And that'll preach for us today.